DC album review number 70. Got DJ Mayo in the building. What's up, brother?
What
How you
up?
been?
Cool.
Man, hey man,
Oh.
thank you. I just did the Black Dot freestyle on the freestyle. It's a new show called the Freestyle Show that I'm doing. That 10-minute fucking with Black
Straight
Dot.
banger.
Oh, bro. And what I liked about usually about the Roots though in their albums before, but too bad there wasn't no live band. But man, fuck, bro, like they usually do go off with the drums and live band feel and all that shit, huh? Like,
Yeah.
but that Black Dot, dude, his breath control, the bars, the lyricism,
Insane. His metaphors.
his metaphors, like, whoa, bro, kind of fucking blew my mind, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, talk to us about your music, bro. How'd you get started in music and all this, man? Where'd that passion come from, bro?
My dad was a drummer, and he used to practice with his band in the garage.
Wow.
And
What's your dad do? Is it just percussion? And
yeah,
stuff? Is it
yeah,
drums?
just drums, and they used to do like
cool.
Latin rock, classic rock. But at the
Wow.
time, it wasn't classic rock. It was,
Wow.
you know,
yeah.
all the new stuff.
Yeah.
But we lived right next to the projects in Culver City, right
Uh-huh.
next to the office, in the house right next to the office.
Yeah.
And so everybody from the projects would gather around the fence in the backyard when the
Yeah.
band used to practice.
Wow.
And the whole alley would be packed full of people. I was like 3 years old.
Dude, so he was jamming
And
back
so-
then, like rocking. You
Yeah,
know what
before I
I'm
was
saying?
born, he was playing the drums. So
Wow.
um,
So you kind of picked that up like right
just
away.
music has always
as
been
a
this
kid, huh?
major influence in my life. You know, my dad
Wow.
always watching like the old movies, you know, Bob Hope, Stooges, all them. And the music and some of the movies like the Bob Hope movies or Abbott and Costello,
Yeah.
the jazz artist Shirley Temple.
Wow.
And so that's how
Jazz
I
and
fell in love
blues.
with jazz
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And then my dad would play blues, you know, he'd play classic rock, he'd play the Latin rock.
Wow.
My dad was in a big variety of different types of music. So
No, you have to be, bro. If you're a lover of music,
Yeah.
you gotta be all across the board with that. At
And,
least that's the way I think. Like the way you're saying, like jazz, blues, bro, Latin rock. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, as a kid too, like I remember, I was in the 4th grade and we lived in Sylmar at the time.
Yeah.
In an apartment, and while my dad was at work after school, I'd sit and go through all his records and just check out the album covers and stuff like that.
All right, my friend.
And I would just stare at the artwork for hours and hours, and then later on, you know, that was already, my dad had already married. He's with his, I think his 3rd wife or his 3rd,
Yeah.
well, not his 3rd, but like his wife after my mom.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if they were married yet. They might have been married or
Yeah.
just married, but years later, my dad was the player, so his girlfriend caught him cheating, you know, probably
Oh.
after how many times. So she got mad and threw most of his record collection out the window, and most of that stuff broke. But I remember seeing these album covers, and then later
Yeah.
on in life, these hip hop artists would sample these songs. I'm like, dang, where did that
bro.
song come from? Where did that song come from? And then I would
That's
find out who the artist was, and then later I'd go and I'd look at the album, and I'm like, fuck, my dad had that album, you know? And it's
Dude,
like, I didn't
great
even know that
story,
my
bro.
dad would listen to this type of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Like, Gil Scott Heron was like a kind of a poet
Uh-huh.
and a singer, and he
Yeah.
was sampled by Karis One and all these
Oh.
other major artists.
Well, they say that usually the most sampled artist by hip hop is James Brown too, huh?
Yeah, my dad had a
Dude,
bunch
like
of James Brown.
I played like, cause a lot of the albums, like the songs that I use for like the Quantum show that I do on Sunday nights, I try to record off 45s or LPs and stuff. And I was, I think Papa got a bag, a brand new bag or
Yeah.
something like that. I think it's that Vapors beat. You know what I'm saying? Like that Biz Markie sample. Or one of them, man. I forgot. I'm getting old, brother.
Yeah.
One of those tracks that I sampled, but man.
Believe it or not, though, too, back from that time, there was a lot of artists that were copying the style of James Brown. So they'd have a lot of those like off-count beats like James Brown would have.
Wow,
And there's a
bro.
lot of hip-hop artists that would sample those artists. And then you're listening to it and you're like, is that James Brown? You know, and
Yeah,
then you
yeah,
go
yeah.
to do some research and you find out it's like this other artist, you know, only put
Cover
out a
band.
few,
Yeah.
they only put out a few like major hits, you know, or
Yeah,
didn't get major airplay, but had that funk, that groove that James Brown
Well,
had,
you know what's crazy too? Like I got another friend that comes by the shop over here. His name's Mike Vasquez, and he plays percussion like congas and all that. And he told me, bro, 80% of old school Motown had percussion in it, and I never like I'm not a like really an instrument person or anything like that. But when I said what, and then he shows me the video of what's that Marvin Gaye one? Fuck, man, I forgot one of the Marvin Gaye videos that he brought. It wasn't Let's Get It On. It
Got
was
to Give It
brother,
Up?
brother,
Yeah.
brother.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So he's playing me that video, and yeah, there's somebody in there like playing the congas like that. Like, what, bro? If you don't listen or look at that, you wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
dude, what
Or
the
if you're not a
fuck, bro?
musician, you don't really
Yeah,
pay that
yeah.
much
I don't
attention.
pay that much attention to it. And then I'm like fucking shocked. He goes, yeah, bro. And I think that's what's lacking right now. Like these motherfuckers ain't really getting into
Well,
the
it's funny you say that because like today,
if you think about it, it's really like sampling is cool if we're the first generation but if you start, then it would be a copy of a copy of a copy. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm
Well,
saying?
a
You
lot of
gotta
artists
go
do
back-
that. Like even if you listen to today's artists,
Uh-huh.
they'll have songs that they wrote,
Yeah,
but if you listen to it, it's the same melody or something from another song back in the '60s or '70s.
that's true,
And
bro.
it's mostly all recycled stuff. It's a trip, you know. That
It's crazy, man.
You know.
Well, you know what they say, bro? Ain't nothing new under the sun and shit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That whether it be lyrics or whatever.
even a lot of rock
Repetitive.
artists would sample certain classical music,
Oh, yeah,
riffs
bro.
and stuff like that. You know, on
Bro,
the guitar,
see, man, dude.
from the piano and stuff.
That's right, bro. I like the way you think, bro. Like it's so similar to shit, bro. That you know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
because and talk to us too about your mixes. I know it's an album review and stuff, and we're gonna get into it. But talk to us too about your mixes because that plays into your dad being a drummer, bro. Because the way you break it down, you're already into it. You know what I'm saying? And with
Well,
the,
I've always loved music.
you got the
and
ear for it
My
already.
dad taught me a little bit when I was real young, you know, how paradiddles, but then he wasn't there to, like, to show me or
Yeah,
teach
yeah.
me more or get me more involved. But one way or another, I love music. I wanted to be a musician of some sort.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to impress my dad, so I wanted to be a drummer or whatever. But
Yeah, yeah.
I think that helps a lot too with being a DJ because to know the beat, to know what drum is,
Yeah, yeah.
you've got to
Well,
match with the other song.
Exactly,
It's,
bro.
you know, the
See,
snare drum.
unlike me, bro, I
or the
just
bass
get in there and I
drum.
mix. But you're one
Yeah.
of those that really listen
gotta
to it,
listen,
and it
and-
has to be the same beat, so it
So-
could be a smooth transition. And like,
When I first heard Rapper's Delight, I'm like, hey, that's Good Times by Chic. You know, I knew.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
still it was new to that era still.
yeah.
And I thought that was just so, like, ingenious. And in my head, I pictured them using, like, 2 stereo systems. I didn't know anything about a mixer or anything
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. And, like, they're just looping, they're just sampling that, you know, or they're just putting the needle and turning the volumes up and down or whatever. Like, I want to do that, you know.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I knew
That's what you.
that's what I want to do. It seemed
get
like
into.
it was something that I can do, and it didn't take a lot of practice to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like drumming. Drumming's technical. You're not only using your hands, you're using both of your feet too.
No, yeah. Hey,
and
bro.
you know, you're going at all different times and stuff. And
I would even
It's-
say fucking DJing and mixing is an instrument, dog, because you really gotta master it and mix it in, and then if you're cutting it up or whatever,
it
you know, it's
depends
kind
on
of hard
too
to
how
do, dog.
how intricate you get into the mixing.
Yeah.
You know, beat matching is pretty simple once you get the hang of it.
So
and
what
know
are you
what you're
going by?
looking
Beats
for.
per minute, BPM?
No,
or
I never did BPM. I
No?
just matched the snare.
The snare?
The snare or the bass drum from the song that's being played out to the speakers, to the one in the earphones. And then you can hear, you know, you let the snare go at the same time the snare's going on this. And then you can hear if it's speeding up or slowing down, and then you adjust the pitch control accordingly.
Yeah.
Pitch
Fuck,
control.
bro. You know how when you say somebody's colorblind, I'm probably death tone. You know what I'm saying? Like to the shit, dog. Because
No,
I'm
it's-
just getting
it's-
shit and I'm throwing it in there, dog.
It's just figuring it out. It's just figuring out. Someone to show you. And once you get the hang of it, then it's just practice. You know,
Yeah,
once you
bro.
know what you're looking for, then it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
practice. And if you love it, it's not really practice.
No, it ain't.
It's just, you know,
Hey,
it's
bro.
like someone who works out. You know, if
Yeah,
you want to
yeah,
get
yeah.
bigger, you can keep lifting.
Yeah, that's true, bro.
You know, it's like anything.
Hey, bro, and then you have like, cause a fucking mix. Sometimes you're going 30 minutes, an hour into the mix and shit. It's not fucking easy, dog. You gotta know either what you're playing in advance, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep like the way you say you're matching the beats and everything.
When I was
you're
younger, I
matching
was
the
a lot
groove and
more
shit. You know what I'm saying?
into thinking, okay, this song will go good with that song go good with this song. And now that I'm older and my brain's all just scattered, you know, I'm pretty much going by the fly. Like I'll put together a
session.
certain amount of records that I know I want to play,
Yeah, yeah.
but not necessarily what
In
order I'm going to play them
Okay,
in.
Cool, cool.
But if I did get more technical to the where I was going to say, all right, I'm gonna play this one, then that one next, and I'm gonna play this one. I think my mixes would be a lot better.
Yeah.
The whole, transition from one song to the next,
Yeah.
and the vibe, to keep the vibe going, or to know when to change the vibe and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true, man.
To where, like, most of the way I do things now is, okay, I just want to hear these songs, and I'm gonna put them on a cassette or CD or whatever now, flash
Hey, bro,
drive.
yeah, flash drive. It's hard, bro. Bro, it's hard to keep the fucking culture alive, bro, and doing it the right way. A lot of motherfuckers out there fucking up the culture as it is. And I'm talking about like P. Diddy and all these dumb motherfuckers, dog. We gotta fight to keep this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody that's keeping the fucking
Well, the
culture alive. and
industry
do it.
itself-
Oh, yeah.
In the professionalism part of it, like,
Yeah.
the recording and all that stuff, the labels, it's just a lot worse than most people think it is. All they see is the glam and glitz.
Oh,
But
yeah.
the behind the scenes, sometimes it isn't worth it to be,
No.
signed to
Oh,
a
yeah.
major
Oh,
label
yeah, yeah.
or anything like that. And there's a lot of artists out there that I think are way better than more than half the artists that are signed.
Yeah, talk about
And a lot
some of the
times they probably don't want-
artists that you, because you share a lot of like you know what I'm saying, like underground MCs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like,
That's-
okay, well, there was this label that my cousin was designing the webpage for, and
Yeah, yeah.
he did a few album covers called Ill Boogie.
What's
And
your
it was a
cousin's
great,
name?
huh?
What's your cousin's name?
Mike.
Shout
Mike
out to your
Raduna.
cousin. Yeah,
shout out to Mike Raduna, FATOE.com.
Cool.
If you want to check out his artwork and stuff.
Yeah, he has some dope artwork, bro.
He does graphic design, he does graffiti art, he does
Damn.
all kinds of stuff. He builds web pages. He was
Wow.
doing movie trailers that you go online to see instead of
Wow.
like on the TV.
Yeah, yeah.
He would do trailers for a lot of major movies and stuff like that.
Wow.
And if you go to his website, you can see a lot of the stuff that he's done for
Yeah,
what
yeah.
movies and artists he's
Shout
worked
out
with.
to him, man. We gotta check that out.
He's
You know
done
what I'm
album
saying?
covers for the
Maybe-
Muggs vs. Jizza album.
All right. Maybe if you send a link to his .com, we could add it to the video down below. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, if you know how to do that, I'll give you the information.
yeah. All right. Cool.
But it's
cool.
FATOE, F as in Frank,
Mm-hmm.
ATOE.com. And it's like slang for fatal.
Okay.
Fatal.com.
Awesome, bro.
Check
Awesome.
it out.
Yeah,
Good
man. So that's what it is, man. A lot of the underground, well, fuck, maybe the underground saving the fucking culture, because when I first got into listening to the music, bro, like you said, like Rapper's Delight was one of the first ones that you heard, was just the upliftment, man. Maybe like De La Soul and, you know what, or the truth telling behind like fucking NWA and shit, like the reality of it, you know what I'm saying? The upliftment or the reality of it that promoted the culture and stuff. And maybe it's just time to fucking rebuild this shit. You know
I
what
think, too, some of the simplest beats in production is sometimes the one with the least amount of tracks. 4-track recordings. A beat, a scratch, maybe a sample.
Yeah.
And
The
some
boom.
of that stuff was the hardest stuff,
Yeah.
like
the
there's this
simplest,
guy,
but the hardest, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Tila Rock, he did a song called It's Yours.
uh-huh.
And it's just pretty much like a simple beat and a couple little scratches and stuff. But the way it was put together is to me, it's still a banger. To this day,
Wow.
I love the beat and everything like that.
Well, it's crazy that you mentioned that some of the simple beats, it's old school style, golden era of hip hop, man, because that's where we're at right now. DC album review number 71, man, with DJ Mayo. We're doing Audio 2, man. What are your thoughts on Audio 2? I don't think they get enough credit, man. For earlier on, I think you talk about even album covers. That shit's popping, man.
Yeah,
That says nothing about just that era, man. That late 80s era right there, man.
It's just some of the early
Graffiti.
pioneers of hip hop.
Yeah,
someone
man.
that was really putting it down at the time.
Yeah.
My favorite, I don't know, I really can be honest and say that I don't think I've heard this whole album.
Yeah.
But
Me neither.
I got the single Top Billing.
Top Billing. What was the B-side on that one? Do you know?
I don't.
Because the two tracks that I'm real fucking like familiar with is Top Billing and What More Can I Say? I don't know if you heard that one.
I don't know, possibly.
Yeah. We'll skim through it, man. We'll talk about it. But, man, I don't know. This was pretty dope. You had sent me a link to a MC Light that had the similar beat to.
Yeah, it was pretty much the same beat. And back when the songs first came out, I was so excited to hear that they both had the same
Yeah.
beat, because then I know I could mix one into the other. And hip hop was still new, so there wasn't a lot of good hip hop. All the
Selection.
hip hop was good, but
Yeah,
like
but not much of a selection.
yeah, of like similar speed of
Yeah.
beat or BPMs.
Uh-huh.
So when I heard that, I just thought it was the coolest shit. You know, it was simple,
Yeah.
a drum beat, you know, and some scratching or whatever.
Were they related?
I don't know.
I don't know, because it kind of seemed like if they were related, huh? MC Light and one of the dudes from Audio 2. Or
Milk?
Milk, or one of them.
Yeah,
It kind of even seemed like that MC Light had a little bit of a diss on there, no? Like if she's dissing
or
was
bigging him up.
Or
I
bigging
can't
I couldn't
remember.
remember, like,
10% Disc was the name of the album.
oh, 10%
Single.
diss. We're
Yeah.
going to play a little bit. Let's look for that fucking 10%. We'll play a little bit of that 10% diss from MC Light, then we'll jump into the first two tracks on this one just to listen to it and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, man, that's some golden era of hip hop right there, man. You know what I'm saying? Go to Richard Duran Custom. Shout out to Jimmy from Jimmy's USA, Whittier, California, on the corner of Whittier and Mar Vista. Come on down, man. We got a lot of great items here. MC Light 10% this, huh? Let me play a little bit of this one, but we might have some. Let me connect to my Bluetooth here and see if this fucking Jimmy don't say shit about the music. He's always complaining. Let's check it out. This is the MC Light similar beat, right?
Yeah, I think it's the same beat.
Oh, same beat. Oh man, that's dope. I like that. Oh.
Hot damn, ho, here we go again. Suckers steal a beat when you know they can't win. You stole the beat. Are you having fun now? Me and the org's gonna show you how it's done.
Dude, you think MC Light gets enough credit, bro? She has some.
She's still out doing stuff.
Dude, she's still dope,
She's a
bro.
pioneer. So I guess her came out first.
Oh, was
maybe
it?
or something. Oh, she's saying you stole my beat,
Oh,
but I don't know.
but like the way we said, bro, earlier on, nothing new under the sun.
Yeah.
Or nothing but a faker. I'm telling you, man, hit 'em up. Idi Amin's verse on Biggie's sings that same lyric too. That's dope. That's cool right there, man. Let's play a little bit of the top billing though, the first on that. Nothing like a the pitch might be off.
Check it out. MC and my people call me Milk. When I'm busting up a party, I feel no guilt. Gizmo's cutty.
Kind of sounds like MC Light a little bit, no?
Yeah.
Dude, that's a hard jam right there. I still like that jam. To the school, listen on, gifted, and we're going far. The road to the bank. I'd like to thank you the time. Wow. Look this chillin'. That's dope, bro. That's just understood. I'm looking hard. I got a great big bodyguard. Let's play a little bit of the second track. This one's a little bit familiar to me too, bro. This.
What more can I say?
Well, let's take it from the apex.
Ah, that's pretty dope right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And you're that.
yeah.
Public Enemy sampled that too.
Oh yeah, you're right, bro. Only now that you told me that, I don't know how long I've been listening to this jam. And really, that you're mentioning that. Really, that you're mentioning that, bro. Like, wow, that's dope, bro. I don't know, man. It still kind of sounds fresh to me, bro. Like, kind of saying. That's what I'm saying, man. That's dope, bro. Right there, like, looking forward to sharing some of your mixes, man. DJ Mail, right here, Duran Customs. What else? What do you got coming up, man? When are we gonna get to hear some of your mixes, man?
You got to come down with your computer here to my spot, and I'll do a live mix of my music.
All right,
garage.
that sounds great, man. Thank you for stopping by, DJ Mail.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, man, Duran Customs album review number 71. Audio 2, man, top building. Is it Audio 2 top building or is it just Audio 2? Oh, what more can I say?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Pretty dope, old school, golden era hip hop. Peace, love, and light. We out of here, man. Peace.
Peace out.